Yeah, kiddo. Yeah, I tell you, they got these little kids in here. Again. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna put them on cam. Oh, you gonna be on YouTube? It's public domain. You can't use kids to engage in criminal activity and think that I can't expose them. I have every right to do so. Okay? Yeah. Look. Oh, you gotta laugh. Listen, I understand their tactics so well, right? And then look at her, waiting in the corner over there. Yeah. Spotting them like the fleas they are, right? And I don't mean that in the literal sense, meaning that, you know, when you have a large group of perps, right? That's what fleas do, right? Fleas, what do? They'll gather together, right? Engaging in the blood sucking of whatever animal they're on, right? So yeah, this is what they try to do. Well, I'm gonna get aggressive. I'm getting aggressive, not physically, but I'm gonna get aggressive in terms of recording them. So, like I said, whenever they act like, look at the hands, look. So whenever they engage in this sort of tactic, again, looking at the check cashing place, right? Look. Yeah, oh yeah. I'll tell you, you cannot silence me by trying to take away my disability. It's not gonna happen. You want to take away my disability, take away my disability, but it ain't gonna be because you silent. You know, trying to silence me. All right, because I won't be silenced. Because I refuse to be silenced. Because what they're engaging, look, red again. See, I want you to understand how they move. You see, and they try to be slick too. See, what they'll do is they'll adjust. You know, right? You know, they know that they're in my peripheral vision. So, figuring, look, he's walking up here. See, I'm wearing red too, so it neutralizes their attack with the colors. But I just pointed them out because, again, you know, I use it against them also. Right? I use it against them also. Look. Grab your ears, buddy. You're grabbing on his ears. I'm grabbing on my my red shirt. Yeah. I want you to see the pattern and how they mix in the color red and everything else. So, and what they'll engage in is looking at the license plate of the vehicle. Oh, what we got? 69 and 66. The two colors, the two numbers. Well, I should say the 32, the 69 and 66. So the 69 referred to Pam with the bisexual. Look. In front of doing his hand signals, looking at the van. And yeah, try me. I wish you would. And the number 66 again is shortened for 666, which is their misinterpretation of what that word means. I mean, what those letters represent, not word, but what those letters represent, right? And I understand the Catholic Church, you know, and they fight against the Africans and the Africans' practice of spirituality, which is science, right? The Africans knew about the atom way before European ever thought of such thing while they were in the caves. So the Africans knew about the atom, knew about the universe, right? So we talk about the pineal gland. You know, again, we as black people, we have been so conditioned with religion. Meanwhile, Europeans practice science, which is our form of spirituality. But they, again, as what they do, they will co-opt and they will villainize what we create so that they can benefit while we are at a disadvantage, right? So they understand how their religious belief system have destroyed Europe. That's why Europe was in darkness for 1,000 years, because of the Roman Catholic Church and the spreading of Christianity. This is how they Christianized, you know, the majority of Europeans, and they did it through brutality, right? But when the Moors conquered southern Europe, what happened? Many Europeans wanted to move to Spain, to Italy, because of what the Moors were doing. And the Moors created free society, but not truly free society, but you know what I'm saying. Universities, they taught Europeans how to bathe, properly use perfume, how to change for the season. Meanwhile, France, England, and the rest of Europe, under the control of the Vatican, right? You had rampant diseases. Europeans couldn't bathe because if they did, they would be criminalized, because the church would tell them that if they bathed, they were boasting, right? That they're cleansed, right? And only God is cleansed. So understand what the Catholic Church had did across Europe, and you begin to understand and see why we are the way we are today, right? Remember, when they prayed and they couldn't cure the Black Plague, other diseases, by praying to their God, what did they do? And this is the church. What did the church do? Right? Go and read the book, right? Our Sun God, Christianity Before Christ. Go and read that book, and it talks about this, right? How the Catholic Church, the Pope, what did they do after they kicked the Moors out of Spain, out of the southern part of Europe? What did they do? Right? They took the knowledge of the Moors, the books from the universities, they started reading, they started studying this, and this is how they got rid of. They started to encourage Europeans to bathe, because when the Moors ruled the southern part of Spain, they didn't have such issues as they did in England, as they did in France, as they did in other parts of Europe that the Catholic Church controlled, right? They didn't have such problems. So again, understanding history is important and it's key. Okay, so I gotta laugh because, you know, they try to, you know, and I don't really, you know, I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I said, I'm just gonna continue to learn and expose what it is that they're doing, so that, you know, in the future, particularly my people, Black people, will truly understand what's being done, and they will not do what they continue to do today to the rest of us. All right, we got to get to that point where we have to get rid of our ignorance, okay, and learn and gain the knowledge, because your very own Bible tell you, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Okay, and you know that part wasn't talking about because you know the Bible, you're knowledgeable. No, the Bible is religion, it's propaganda, right? Because what did it also say? It said, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, for they have become too superstitious, too religious. Okay? So you can't tell me by the word, the Bible is the word of God, and you're reading those things and not comprehending, right? And then you think that you know the Bible more than anything else, because you don't. You know nothing about the Bible. You don't know who created it. You know nothing. All you know is the passages that have been handed down to us from slavery, from the slave master onto the slave that they put on the pulpit, and it's the exact same thing we see going on today. Okay, so anyhow, I gotta laugh at you mother effers, because really and truly, the ignorance is just unbelievable, you know. But guess what? Keep indulging in the ignorance. Keep indulging in ignorance. Anyhow, I'll talk to you guys in the next video.